Welcome to another episode of Mother Nature Redefines the Laws of Atmospheric Science with Tropical Storm Arlene, which has formed in the Atlantic on this April 20th. Remarkably, with 50-mile-an-hour winds and a pressure of 992 millibars, defined by Force 13 SATOPS. 37.4 degrees north, 40.4 degrees west. No warnings, thankfully, are in effect from this early season system, which is expected to be absorbed by an extratropical low in the next 12 to 24 hours. It's expected to turn post-tropical by then or even sooner, but it could maintain tropical storm force winds over the course of the next 72 hours, but it will be extratropical for most of that duration, and it will finally weaken and probably peter out somewhere over the central Atlantic in around 4 or 5 days. It's going to be around for a while. Right now it's 516 miles west-southwest of Flores, Portugal, 525 miles west-southwest of Corvo on the Azores, 806 miles from the largest town on the Azores, Ponta Delgada. It's a stage 2 on the CDPS scale, a low stage at this time. It's a pretty small system and is not going to be affecting any land areas. So, over the next 3 days, there's obviously not too much to see on these graphics as the storm's well out to sea, so there's nothing really to give you much context, but the wind field will probably distort itself pretty soon as the extratropical transition occurs. It's only been tropical for around 6 hours or so, maybe pushing 12, and it's probably not going to last very long at all. But here's where Mother Nature has redefined the laws of meteorology in the tropics. 18 Celsius the sea surface temperatures, and I think in future everyone is going to have to say that that is the new benchmark for tropical cyclone development. Roll on the Medicanes. But there it is, and it's going to drop even further as the storm moves towards the northwest. But what has helped Arlene a lot is really low wind shear. It's been near nil for quite some time now, actually. For around 2 or 3 days, wind shear has been very low. It's been playing about with larger amounts of wind shear in its locality, but the storm itself has been doing okay. And here it is right now, moving towards the northwest. Imagery today has been showing it improving dramatically, and you can see that latest imagery. It's pretty clear that it is a cyclone. Whether it's tropical or subtropical is still somewhat contentious, but we are agreeing at this point that it is a tropical cyclone at this juncture. But a very interesting system indeed, and it's going to be just one of those that would have probably gone undetected in years gone by. But here it is, moving towards the northwest, and it's likely to be absorbed very soon. Elsewhere in the tropics, we have this, Invest 93W, located in the Western Pacific. Pretty low latitude there. You can just about see the island of Chuuk, Micronesia, to the north of that system. Rotation isn't really getting there just yet, but it's trying to, and convection is a little bit off as well. We'll wait and see to see if 93W produces anything, but as far as I recall, none of the models or major models are predicting any cyclone genesis in the Western Pacific anytime soon. It's been a little while since we had a storm over there, of course since December, but I don't think we're going to be waiting till July for our first named storm like we did last year. So, storm totals for 2017 so far. This makes it tropical storm number 9, assuming it doesn't become a hurricane, of course, and 2 Category 1 hurricane equivalent storms, 1 Cat 2, 1 3, 1 4 and 1 5 in 2017 so far. That brings the total named storm count, or nameable storm count, up to 16. 16 storms of tropical storm intensity or higher, and we're now just over halfway to the next lowest one on the 117-year record, 1900, with 31. Obviously, observations weren't so good back then. We'll breeze by that in the months to come. That's all on Arlene. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, with the latest information and its tracker. You can also find us on YouTube, search Force 13 and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook, search Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on any of those platforms. You can also add Fool 13 on Skype, that's FOOL13, and add extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.